Hello, and what is going on, you guys? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Today is the final event in Season 10 Live Summon, and the Crew 2 is ready to go for a Space Odyssey. A themed event with its name possibly being a reference to David Bowie's 1969 song Space Odyssey, by having 6 events will be taking place during the night except 3 skills, by having a 24-hour in-game time as usual, by having 2 locations, by having Solemn and Escape for the space industries, and a speed trap for the meteor crater. By having 3 cars, since we have everything to be prepared for having a restricted event to be located in White Rock Hills to be in the Lamborghini Egoista, by having the first list to be as a hypercar discipline. Event number 2 will be at Pikes Peak Mountains to be at the Aerial Atom for the street race event to go on top of the mountain. And for stage number 3 of the US Speed Tour West, we'll have to get ready to go faster to take the time attack. In the Alpha Grand Prix edition of the KTM Expo R, we'll have to get everything prepared to go faster and speed up by having a very possibility chance to go up onto 100,000 points by having a new record for only a first attempt. Especially to have 2 events to be on a no restriction, to be on the rallycross and street race discipline, to have other locations including motorbikes. We'll be doing a mixed event to be at San Bernardino Mountains. And also to have a final story at the end of episode 2 season 5 from Motorflix American Legend. We'll be going Space Kid. 8 steps and a final reward to have a different treasure is going to be a very good brand new vanity item, since you guys have already got it, because all the clues is about to come to an end before moving on to take the 6th season. In episode 1 we'll go for having a very good proud competition race time to be at Dominion Forsberg. I hope this is going to be a very good time to have more discoveries and clues for only episode 1 and 2 of American Legend. Will have to be remain the same before the next update will be turned out by having some different changes to be on the graphics. I hope this is going to be turned out to become very different, but I can't wait to see it. As always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, go and click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more, and don't forget to click the bell for notifications on upcoming content videos in the later future. Now it's time to get ready to start the live summit event. Let's begin. It's so much fun out there to celebrate the community summon from last week, and it turns out to have one event by having a follow-up catch-up by going Wreck and Havoc by choosing any kinds of demolition derby cars will go faster to the limit. And also to have a platinum ring to be stopped at 3,629 place is going to be a very good proud reward. Is going to be doing some stopping mark before the new event will be get closer at the end. Good thing the Mercedes-Benz SOS AMG type model C197 is good to be acquired, and the 4th anniversary tire to be listed as an epic vanity as well. Hypercar for the Nitro Chemist to be boosted is going to be a very good best arsenal. We'll have to go faster and higher to be in a single hypercar discipline. Will have to be selected by the choice. Collect with some more rewards, 1 car, and a tire vanity is going to be very good proud perfect. Alright, looks like final reward will be having a blue shockwave to be on the Smoke Epic. Is going to be very good shocking up to the limit. By having a very good excellent cover of the Aerial Atom is going to be a very good time to be on the mountains to be in Pikes Peak. We'll go hill climb ever since from the US Speed Tour East Edition. Alright, so first up, Space Industries will have to take 2 skills to be on the Solemn and Escape for the land-based and water-based vehicle. So let's go with a Solemn and take the off-road direction. Is going to be on the get-go by having a selection recommendation. We'll have to go with the KTM 450 Rally by having a very good score breaker. We'll take it to the limit. Let's go right in to enter the Halo Gate. Solemn around the Biggers will have to do a perfect precision. Is going to be a very good steady pace by doing some off-road areas to have Monster Truck will be part of it. But somehow I just really almost felt to be spaced out, because whenever I have to do some YouTube video by development. But this is definitely might be kind of my own type. Well, of course it is, because staying focused is very much important like playing in the game. But here it comes. Looks like one opponent is going to be as an obstacle. Gonna have to do exercise caution and go well past. 3 seconds and perfect. Not so bad after all. And looks like roadblock position is fairly well outbirded because Motorbike just know the strategy. So there you go. 155,521 points without getting blocked by a monster truck is perfect and thumbs up to be going double. Land base to be on space indices complete. Now let's go on to the water base as we go. Escape will go on to be on the rivers. It's going to be on a faster trail. We'll have to go for the pace. So let's see how perfectly. So I could probably have to go with a DCB M31 wide body. We'll have to take the pick. Let's powerboat set sail we go. And reached up by doing the main objective to go faster, to be on a faster area, to be on the main river. Okay, there we go. Looks like the handling is going to be much slowed down. Gonna have to take that jump and go shortcut to have a nice steering position. Push up the rudder. I hope the red zone is about to coming in much faster soon. Alright, looks like almost to be at 3,000 yards. 3272 yards. First attempt, and here guys, I bet this is going to be a very possible time. We'll have to go again in attempt number 2. But it might be quite possible to see how faster powerboats is going to be doing some better ways to go on the method by the opposite. So let's try this again and do it right. Okay, looks like gonna have to keep climbing up and beat the trail. Okay, that was a close call. Ground time, just gonna have to do some spare time. Splashing in and get back on the water. There's Clarence. Gonna have to beat his lap time. Come on. Gonna have to keep it together. 3477 yards is going to be doing much higher than usual. But of course, Escapist is always meant to be as usual. So DCB M31 wide body is done in count. Let's choose a different powerboat as usual, so I could probably have to get higher to be on a faster record. Go on the filters, so I guess M31 wide body is doing some most powerful handling, is going to be doing some perfect way to be as usual. Now for the aeroboat, SB12 will be doing the perfect yacht, will be doing well chosen to go up in about 3,000 horsepower to be on the water. Let's go and kick it up a notch. Alright, looks like our players are in session and do the ground time by taking the shortcut. Gonna have to do the same and watch my step, splash back in onto the water, but don't get slowed down because that might be quite very easily to be distracted. Okay, that's the ticket. Kick it up and push up the rudders and do some main jump. But of course, I should probably might have to choose this powerboat is perfectly. Well, of course, but it takes time to master the handling, is doing some hard work to be well performed on this discipline. I should probably might have to do some very capable skills whenever I had to master this SB12 powerboat, is doing faster and slow handling to be on the steering direction for having some current route. Now, new attempt. Let's kick things up and go shortcut onto the ground time. But here comes one player. Gonna have to make room for one more. Not too shabby, so it'll have to take much nitro refill at the time. Now, let's try this again. Gonna have to beat Clarence yard distance in 3477 yards, and here I come in the nick of time. 3573 yards. Well, I guess that might be quite very close enough to have this skill record to be almost to be attempt at 80%. But however, 81,356 points is doing well average, so I could probably have to go back again to be on the follow-up catch-up. So let's get ready to go for a meteor crater for having a speed trap skills. We'll be ready to start out before the night time. We'll be having a final countdown to have 3 events to be on the vehicle restriction, to have the other 3, including the motorbike. We'll be doing a touring car discipline to be at San Bernardino Mountains. But here we are, folks. Meteor crater for the speed trap. Now let's get ready to start out to have a perfect position. Gonna have to go reverse with my Bugatti Divo with a UDRS White Star variation to have a nice position to be at the get-go. Alright, looks like the radius should be quite very good enough. Now, let's begin the countdown by having a standby call for having a dragster. We'll be doing some preparations to be as a launch. Go for the filters. Deselect the power boat is doing well done. Now let's check again on the performance. Just give me 1 second. So, looks like I'm still using the Nissan Skyline R34 Drag Race Edition, so I could probably have to switch out onto my Corvette Stingray Drag Race Edition. Let's see how the faster for the dragster can take the curves. We'll be prepared for the launching sequence. Just like riding on a rocket ship, by listening for command control, we'll have to go in about 10 seconds. Wait for a single truck transport will be passed by 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we have takeoff. Alright, looks like that wasn't so hard. Total mileage is 371.7 miles per hour. And that makes the outcome is perfectly to go up in over 100,000 points by added with 18,598 points. Piece of cake, and turns out simple by having 10-second countdown. We'll go for the launch. On the ground. Alright, looks like 3 skills on the forward time condition is perfect and complete. Let's go night racing to have 6 events to be in Space Odyssey. We'll have to go for any events to be on no restriction. By the looks of it, stage number 2 of the US Speed Tour East is going to be a perfect starting point to be on Cape Canaveral. Is going to be a very excellent starting position to be going forward on to Miami. So let's go for it. Up to stage 2, Daytona to Miami. Nighttime, we'll be going for the best recommend rallycross vehicle. We'll take the faster limit for the challenge. So I hope everything is going to be much prepared to have the recommend rallycross car is the Mitsubishi Lancer WRC 05 with a per level at 230 and 600 horsepower with a top speed of 174 miles per hour to go expert in the semi effect. Time to go all-wheel drive technique and go clean racing to have a starting position to be at Cape Canaveral to be located in the Kennedy Space Center. 3 seconds and lift off and go driving to be in the straight.
Here comes US Speed Tour East Stage 2. Discovering Florida from Daytona to Miami.
Alright, as usual to take that very good excellent course for doing the nighttime, this one is perfect to have a Land Evo 5 will go together to be on the solo or race together as a crew to go up to have the main objective time. We'll have to do some perfect straightaways by every corners to be on the same route. Let's push up to the limit and go crossing through onto the bridge before take the next turn by entered onto the Orange Grove. Very good technique, doing a time attack and go special stage rally to have a very good Land Evo 5 will take the challenge. Okay, looks like I might need to catch up and almost feeling spaced out, you guys. Nighttime plus spaced out equals a recipe, a competition Focus is gonna have to do some more effort. We'll have to go up to have a new record time in the first attempt. There you go, up to the dirt and pass through the checkpoint before the next one will get quicker and tricky. Slide around to the right, checkpoint in, cross through the rails and keep going upward towards the bridge. 28 seconds by the decimal of the gap is doing perfectly. Gonna have to beat my current time. We'll have to do the usual. I bet this is definitely might be quite come in handy by choosing the Land Evo 5 by doing the featured moment to be in this video. But of course it is. Choosing any kinds of best rallycross vehicle in the discipline is doing some best important. We'll be having some very strong capability to have a very smooth turn. But here comes the next corner at the left. Take that position and go less power slide at the go. Okay, keep it up. Stay on the formation while being spaced out. But of course, I'm just always being spaced out when being focused on driving on the course is doing well competitive. Okay, still gonna might have to do some perfect turns while losing plenty amount of brakes by getting caught in the barrier. There you go, checkpoint clear and do the right turn by the handling to slide in. Halfway there towards the end in 60% in the progression. Now it's 59 before take the next checkpoint on to 60%. Across the bridge I go, and do the next corner will be slide onto the S's. Very good, excellent rallycross skill. Push up and go nitro to the limit to have 50% amount gauges of refuel for the nitro. Follow the line by taking a very good, excellent corner technique. There's another checkpoint. Okay, now let's go straight away to have a third course. We'll have to keep up and push up to the higher limit. 1 minute mark on the gap distance is perfectly by the brilliant remarkable. But here comes the tarmac. Gonna have to step back in and go clean onto the course. Same technique, same straightaway, and go for the curve. There's 4 minutes and 14 seconds since the start of the time attack run. We're almost there at Miami. Keep it up. And this sharp turn is going steeper as well. And here we are, folks. We arrive at Miami. Make our way to be at the Avenue Street and go enter to be at Little Haiti. Do that power slide drift.
This is the
Final
last
stretch I go.
Miami, and it's Homestead Miami Speedway.
Alright, looks like
They
finally
better do
made
their
it.
best.
Under 5 minutes and doing mud everywhere before going back onto the tarmac. Regular on the podium is doing brilliant to have all events to be part of the daily. There goes the main record to have 100,000 points to be added, folks. 1 night race event down, 5 more to go. I guess this is going to be a very good nighttime race to be in Space Odyssey for this theme event. Now, I hope this is going to be quite doing excellent. We'll go for having a Big Band observatory for the next event. And this time, I'm about to bring out a BMW i8 Stellar Edition. Is going to be a very special surprise to show you something because it's going interstellar to go far beyond. Alright, here it is. Ta-da! I also brought the i8 Roadster Stellar Edition is perfectly to be purchased as a premium content. But good thing this ride is going to be quite very good to be ready to go for test out this baby. 280 per level to be at 805 horsepower and a top speed of 226 miles per hour. Same as the regular edition of the BMW i8, but this one might be quite good to be as an alternate variant to have some different modification. And also to have the rims is so stellar to see it. Look at this. I also outfitted with some vanities to have some solar system to be fitted as an underglow. Looks so cool and very awesome to have this i8 will go for having a very excellent challenge to go right in by doing the first time ever. So let's go and take the starting grid to be on the nighttime in about 3 seconds. The countdown will go for having a takeoff to be on the ground-based vehicle.
You're so gonna win this one.
And the BMW i8 takes off, you guys, with a single blast and go faster to be in a head start in first place. Let's take the uphill to go some series of technical corners is going to be very smooth as usual. Just like riding on a mountain pass is doing the perfect place in America to be in the south. By having a very good, excellent, different variation of the BMW i8 looks so interstellar to have a very good science fiction to have some kinds of different features. But the rims is definitely might be pretty cool to have some variation to be as a different aerial tire. Luckily, this one might be put up with some different chassis was made by Ubisoft for having episode 2 of American Legends.
You just took the lead.
But looks like here goes Miles in the Acura NSX to take the lead, gain some separation, stay on track, and go for the limit. Okay, that's more like it. Going down the hill, checkpoint by checkpoint, and go for having an observatory dash will take the route. Okay, there you go. Checkpoint clear. Looks like gonna have to keep pushing away. Next turn at the brakes. But I can't wait to get the shockwave smoke. Is gonna be very sound blast to see it, you guys. Until this event over, before the next update, is gonna be very prouder out there to take on in Dominion Forsberg. But I hope the graphics is going to be turns out to become more realistic and added up with some 60 frames per second when you're playing on the PS5 or Xbox Series X or S as well. Now let's keep up. 75% in the progression to go. Feels faster to take the horizon to have this underglow to be circled around to be on the solar system. But not to mention, the BMW i8 will pretend to be as the sun is the main core. But it takes a lot of planets to be spin around by every years is going to be doing some usuals to have some different vast varieties to be as astronomy. But there goes the final stretch. Take it and let's see the outcome for having an activity performance to be received as 45,000 bucks. Pure driving complete. Now let's see. After having 2 events to be on the no restriction zone, so it turns out to become more enjoyable and well faster to be on the main average to go up to have a new record attempt. So let's start out to have White Rock Hills for the Lamborghini Egoista will have to take the starting position in Las Vegas for the hypercar discipline. Time to get tested and go for the intimidation by having a very good, excellent, usual course ever since from the fabulous Las Vegas for the hypercar discipline to be in the same class. Different vehicle and go experimental to have a nice, excellent Lamborghini concept car will take the challenge will have to be featured on the restriction. So I'm all set and good to go by putting up a new set of the Nitro Chemist is also to be outfitted as well. But here comes the surprise to have a nice 4th anniversary to be outfitted to be used on the Vanity. But here it is. Space Kid Underglow with a mixture of the engineered tint and a 4th anniversary tire is all set and good to go to be added up with a nitro to be well put up to be pushed up and prepared for the ignition. So let's do this and go for 3 seconds at the start to have a launch sequence to be in the grid. But I hope it's going to be doing perfect time to go 9 time, folks. It's going faster and take it to the high limit.
I don't know why anyone else is even bothering.
Alright, looks like the Egoista has taken off and goes smoothly to have some excellent corners will do the technique. Now for having a straightaway, for having the next street as I go. Keep up and go handling on the pressure to have the next checkpoint. We'll have to take the next street at the right. And go cross through the rails. Come on, let's go hill climbing. Just like last time what we did by using different hypercars is going to be doing some different ways. Okay, push up and beat that hill before take the hairpin. Stay strong. I hope it's going to be doing much well. Keep calm and take the downhill before doing the next checkpoint, folks. Okay, very good. Solid fine performance. And keep going straight to have the faster limit. Let's slow down and stay steady before doing the next checkpoint. We'll have to get closer to get back onto the highway at the afternoon street. Oof. So close, but barely took a single scratch by the contact. Now, looks like the nitro is good to go. Let's blast off and take the highway to the streets. Whoa, looks like the Lamborghini Egoista just gonna have to do some more runs on the test. I had to keep it on hold. Okay, take that next turn and go back onto the road by doing an excellent route. Feels good to have nighttime for doing the Team Summon, folks. But I know this is definitely might be doing a night racing, just like Night Ship 1 and Night Ship 2 to be as a sequel. But however, it might be quite possible to have some different kinds of sci-fi theme event is going to be well added up to have some different filter. But this one might be quite very perfectly to have this old graphics to be high definition before the new one. We'll be waiting for the next update. But of course it might be quite doing much brilliant to see some comparison to have some different effects between the PS4, PS5 versions, and Xbox One, and Series X and S as part of it. Final stretch I go. Let's do it. And push up to have this maximum velocity is going to have to go much longer it takes to be at the finish line. And here it is. 3 minutes, 28 seconds with a decibel of 324 seconds. Same as usual, but another one to be added for a follow-up catch-up will have when doing the test run. The third one is check and complete. Now for 2 more to go to be on the restricted vehicle before taking on in the mixed event at San Bernardino Mountains. Let's go hill climb at Pikes Peak Mountains for the aerial atom in the street race discipline for the second restricted event. Will be prepared by having another full race event after doing a time attack from the US Speed Tour East Edition. But luckily, this is going to be a fully race ready spec version. It's now putting up with some type of vanity, including the planetarium underglow is circled around to have a nice dramatic effect. We'll have to do a brighter moment when doing the nighttime. 420 horsepower and the top speed is 227 miles per hour and 280 per level. Fully made as a track car, and let's see how this baby can do. Time to start out. We're having a grid start check, and perfectly to have 3 seconds. We'll be ready to launch the nitro. We'll have to do a good perfect straightaway by having applied overtake to beat the mountain. So let's go and wait for the moment until the green light will be at the start.
I'll stop talking so you can start driving.
Alright, looks like it's close enough. Gonna have to stay steady and go well concentrated when driving the aerial atom. Takes a matter of hard work to go climb up in the mountains. Handling is doing much important, so let's gain some separation. And there's the TBR
You've got the
grip.
lead. Don't give it up.
There you go. Looks like if I could probably have to do the hood cam, that would be doing much safer and well quicker to go up to have 100,000 points. We'll take the chance. Let's kick things up and go for the next turn. Slow it down. Keep it steady. I know this is going to get a little bit nervous, so try to overcome your fear when racing on the Pikes Peak Hill. Checkpoint clear. Now here comes the next one. Gonna have to aim towards for it. Alright, that's the ticket. Now slow it steady. Make a count and do perfectly while you can. So pretend that you're racing in Gran Turismo 2. That's how you should probably have to use your imagination if you could probably have to come up and master every kinds of corners to be on the same track. Okay, very good. Looks like gonna have to stay on top. Another checkpoint clear. Nitro refill, we'll have to wait for the moment. There goes the finish line. 1 minute, and there goes 2 minutes, folks. Slide around. Inside cornering is very important. Kick it up in the high gear. Steady up. Don't get caught up off the track. Fantastic work. Now, gonna have to do early braking when you're gonna have to aim towards the inside of this part of the street. Almost lose my concentration, but still in one piece. There we go. Stay on it and go for the finish line. There you have it. Well, that might be quite a little bit more difficult to see it. Let's see the outcome for this activity. Not too bad, but it could probably have to do much faster when gaining some separation is doing some main important. This event is also to be checked, and follow-up catch-up will be required to be needed. This one might be the fourth one to have a 100,000 point needed to go up into the platinum. Next up, third restricted event, Stage 3 US Speed Tour West KTM Expo R Alpha Grand Prix Edition. 7 category parts of the Alpha Grand Prix discipline will be start out from Salt Lake to St. George. Faster times and Go Pro Racing is doing the best awesome rushing time will have to take the limit. Just like Formula 1 race car will be doing a time attack, and this time a 2-seater track car is going to be the perfect time. We'll enter the spotlight to have the UDRS Insportec livery. We'll have to do settle in to have a nice same variation with a blue underglow without blinking. Time to hop in and get myself ready to go. For having 3 seconds, we'll prepare for the ignition. Let's go burn rubber with a butterfly effect. Here it goes.
U.S. Speed Tour West Stage number 3 in Utah. Leaving Salt Lake City for St. George and its national parks.
The KTM Expo R UDRS Insportec has blast off, you guys. Let's go and take the corners to have a very excellent route to have a faster limit to the finish to beat the main time. Going velocity and go faster to take the limit on every checkpoint to be on the same route. So let's get right in and do a steady pace by the handling to keep it well careful. Alright, there we go. Another checkpoint clear. Faster in comes in with faster measures, you guys. Just gonna have to do your best strategy, so mine will have to do the same. Okay. Almost close enough, but the technique has to do it much righter when doing some elevation to be on the road. Let's take that next turn and enter through the tunnel. Not too shabby, not so bad after all, because going faster in the tunnels is doing some full well extreme. Brilliant work. The night is still young, you guys. We can still keep on racing to stay clean and practice well whenever you can. Now for the downhill slope, by taking the next checkpoint, we'll go currently to be on the main progression. So watch your pace and stay on the road and do the inside or outside when you have to get the chance. Boost it up. Keep it well maintained. Okay, that should do enough. Okay, looks like going up the track didn't go as planned. Okay, looks like checkpoint clear and move on to take the next street at the route. Currently by the progression gap time in 27 seconds when using the Alpha Grand Prix car is doing much stable work. So let's go right in onto Jackson to be passed through. Going down and take that very good, excellent advantage by doing the next checkpoint by another. There goes Central Hills. Leaving the forest until we will have to go to the valley in the Mountain States. Very excellent and going well concentrated to see it. Boost up the nitro and keep going smoothly. %75% in the progression for only 25 more to go, folks. Let's see how good you are. Can probably have to go expert in the KTM Expo R Alpha Grand Prix Edition is doing some perfect time to go for the high-speed rush to be on the road. But there goes. Just gonna have to keep going in to leave the forest and head down towards the valley to be on the desert. Very close call. Recovery and going well quicker. Now arriving in the Red Rock Valley. Slow down and take that next turn by doing the checkpoint. Okay, there we go. Keep it together. The handling might be quite shaking up. Final stretch I go. Now, another checkpoint will be going clear until make that destination stop.
St. George, Utah, straight ahead. Hub of all the national parks. An outdoor paradise.
Alright, so looks like not too shabby, but the handling might be quite very shaky when using the Expo R. Turns out to become well survived and ended up on to 114,760 points. Wow, very good to climb up to be coming in towards 2 million bucks. 5 events down to be on the 9th edition for only one more to go. It all comes down to this, folks. One more event will be take on in San Bernardino Mountains to be using on touring bike disciplines. But it takes a matter of hard work to have 3 events to be doing some follow-up catch-up along with 1 skill to be on the water base. Don't let me down, you guys. This will be the final event until I could probably have to get a chance to have a perfect touring bike discipline will go pro racing for battling with 7 street cars to be in the street race discipline. For my pick, I have to go with the Kawasaki Ninja H2 Motorbike Edition to have a nice suitable 320 per level. We'll have to go higher and faster to beat the mountain to be going hill climb. But the strategy is by doing the excellent example by the opposite before take the downhill is going to be doing some excellent time and go steady pace by doing some grinding work. So let's do this and go for the final showdown to be in the final night race. We'll have a very excellent proud moment to be in this team summit. Begin the countdown and go starting grid to have 8th place to be at the railing start.
1.
So let's go.
I don't know why anyone else is even bothering.
Now this is so awesome to have a pro bike wheel push it up to go hill climbing, folks. Let's see how the strategy is going to be doing perfectly to go lean precision to have a perfect grinding effort. Now let's go smoothly in. And this part of the hairpin is very tricky for motorbikes. Let's see how it turns out. Slow it down, keep it steady, and go kneeling. Perfect. Not so bad after all. And go for the boosted by every checkpoint in the same route. Great plan, and doing strategy work for using a touring bike discipline is going pro competitive just like street race as the original. But now, gonna have to reach on top of the mountain in San Bernardino is doing perfectly tricky until going down the hill. Let's boost up and beat that road by doing the elevation just like Pikes Peak International Hill Climb. Another checkpoint clear. Almost feel spaced out from the last event from 2 times amount. But I'm still barely trying to keep things up in the bag until climbing up onto the platinum until now. Checkpoint clear, so let's stay on it. Keep clean racing on the motorbike is doing some extreme work. And now for the downhill after doing a minute of hill climbing by exactly under a minute and 50 seconds. Now, this kind of a technique is going to have to do some faster times. We'll go pushed up to the limit when doing the downhill to be on the run. So let's go kneeling onto every turns of the hairpin. How about that? Looks like street race discipline won't stand a chance to race up against one touring bike edition is doing a proud moment. Same elements from the original edition, but the Kawasaki Ninja H2 never gives up. Slow and steady and do some kneeling. Proper position to be staying down onto the second gear. Pass on through to be on the checkpoint until enter to be at Nevada. Full stretch up ahead and going wide open to be on the afternoon highway streets. Here comes the final stretch. This is it. Very close call and almost to be exactly under 3 minutes. By the decimal of 0.667 seconds. And here I am right now. Correction and no little attempt to go underneath to be at 100,000 points. Good job and race complete for only one excellent time for the Space Odyssey is doing the #1 best theme summon of the week. It was a lot of fun out there to climb up and go for the platinum ring is doing currently to be exactly by under 5,000 place. But here I am right now. 4,996 place is doing perfectly to have 1,058,695 points is doing right up the chart. Turns out to become remarkable to have 3 events to be currently to have a right match and also to have the other 3 to be on different needs to have some requirement to go up to be at least exactly around 100,000 points to be going up to be updated. But not the problem because follow-up catch-up is doing the right moment to have 2 restricted vehicle, including 1 no restricted for the street race discipline. Job well done, and the Space Odyssey is going well beyond to have the next event will go on for the next update later on. I guess the final event and the end of American Legends Season 5 will be moving on in Season 6 will go Dominion Forsberg for having an awesome time moment to have new rides and a brand new motor pass system to have all kinds of different vanities later on. It was a lot of fun out there to start out in episode 1 and 2 will go for the timeline to have some all kinds of clues and discoveries in American Legends. But different vanities and different cars to have different edition and standard versions is going to be so excellent to have all kinds of great discoveries that you guys should probably might have to get it. But luckily, the story's content will be stayed the same before the next update will be coming soon at any time, along with the graphics will be turns out to become more realistic and 60s frame per second is going to be so awesome will be put up onto PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X/S as well to see it. But I hope this is going to be a perfect time to wrap this up before at the end because I'm so very excited to see what it looks like, but we have to make sure to find out. Thank you for watching on my video in the Crew 2 folks. I hope you enjoyed. Just go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. And don't forget to follow me on any social media platforms like Deviant Art, Instagram, GT Planet, Twitter, and more to see for my own image artwork like UDRS livery, Total Drama fan art with card liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time on the live summon event in the Crew 2, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.